So OSRS decided to have their own little mini community event that started in the middle of the Catalyst League, which I thought was an insane decision. I was still only one tier away from tier 7, so I thought I wouldn't want to switch off now. Which honestly, why can't JGX just allow us to play OSRS and RS3 at the same time, with the same account? You serious? Anyway, when Gridmaster launched, I was knee-deep in the process of creating the Masterwork melee armor in Runescape 3. And if you ever done that grind before, you already know how painful it is. It requires hundreds of bars, around 600 of each type, excluding primal, and then you have to spend literal days turning those bars into other bars, and those bars into plates, and those plates into actual Masterwork pieces. The amount of clicking, refining, and backtracking completely broke me. I was done. My brain needed a break because it was melting, so I told myself, alright, we'll just take a quick break and try out Gridmaster for a bit just to see what it's like. And that quick break turned into me completely abandoning Catalyst. Because the moment I logged into Gridmaster, I was pretty much hooked. The first thing that stood out to me was how it immediately made you feel powerful. Right from the start, you got to pick a gathering tool, and each one offered bonuses that were nearly identical to the tier 1 relics in Catalyst. But here's the thing, in Gridmaster you weren't forced to choose one. You could actually unlock all 3 tools over time. I remember thinking, whoa, that's amazing. Why didn't Catalyst do this? Then I started remembering how in Catalyst I had to pick between the tier 2 relics, one for agility, we had thieving, and the farming one. It was always one or the other, and whichever I didn't pick basically made that skill miserable to train. But in Gridmaster, you get all of them eventually. No compromise, no punishment for wanting to enjoy multiple skills. It was such a smart design choice because it made you feel like you were always growing stronger, not being boxed into a corner. And that feeling only grew the longer I played. Gridmaster stacked system upon system to make you feel unstoppable. You could pin multiple skills to train at the same time, stack passive bonuses, and collect artifacts that were straight up overpowered. I'm talking about items like the Banker's Briefcase, which let you teleport to any bank you unlocked, or even endgame gear that trivialized most boss fights. If Catalyst made me feel powerful, Gridmaster made me feel like a god. After experiencing that level of freedom and synergy, I just couldn't go back to the RuneScape 3 League. Catalyst suddenly felt like a chore. All those tough choices that once felt meaningful now just felt like limitations. If I could unlock all the different relics and combine their effects, Catalyst would have been incredible. Especially when I remember the production relic in Gridmaster, the one that instantly completed any crafting or smithing task. That single ability would have made Masterwork armor grind in RuneScape 3 completely bearable. But instead, Catalyst made me choose between feeling efficient in one area or being useless in another. OSRS might look older, simpler, even clunkier, but when it comes to designing a league that feels rewarding, I think they finally nailed it. Especially after 5 times. It constantly pushed you forward, while the Catalyst League felt like it was holding me back with its 1 relic per tier system. Once I got a taste of that freedom, there was no going back.